Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and tonight I'm going through a list of Scotch whiskies that will be perfect for the whiskey drinker on your list. If you are looking to give someone a bottle of Scotch that maybe they don't have yet in their collection, something a little bit different, something that the whiskey enthusiasts know all about, but maybe someone new into whiskey doesn't have this yet on their bar, you've come to the right spot. All right, the first step is identifying which kind of whiskey drinker you're buying for. Now, if you take a look at kind of what they have on their bar, if you see whiskeys like this, Macallan, Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, Balvenie, anything Johnny Walker, they are a Scotch drinker. This video will be perfect for you. If you look at their bar and see these kind of bottles, Eagle Rare, Knob Creek, Elijah Craig, Booker's, Buffalo Trace, they are a bourbon drinker. Now, bourbon drinkers might sway into Scotch. Scotch drinkers, I say, would more sway into bourbon, so be very careful. If you only see these, you might need to find a different video about bourbon only. First up, Bunnahabhain 12-year-old. Definitely a crowd pleaser. Uses a combination of ex-bourbon and sherry cask. Gives you a really nice balance between fruit, the nuttiness characteristic, a little bit of sherry, and you get a little bit of twist of that Islay maturation without the peat. Coming in at around $65 US, this is a perfectly balanced whiskey, an anytime pour, and a great way to start the list. Next up, Arran 10-year-old, an absolute beauty of a whiskey, named at a lot of people's best value purchase that you can possibly make, around $70-ish US. This is focusing on ex-bourbon maturation, amazing fruit notes, orchard fruit, honey, vanilla. This stuff is an anytime pour. It's absolutely delicious. Really nice, relaxing kind of whiskey and an absolute beaut. Next up, GlenAllachie 12-year-old. If you pay attention to this channel, you know all about this. It was named Whiskey of the Year a couple years back from me. An awesome maturation finishing cask with sherry. There's PX, there's Oloroso, there's Virgin Oak. There's everything going on with this. It gives you a really super rich cherry influenced Scotch, rich red fruit, chocolate fudge combination. Absolutely glorious whiskey, one of my absolute favorites, and a perfect pour for that after holiday dinner sit down. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the old labeling. The new labeling might look like this. If you can find the 15 or even the 10 cask strength, both perfect as well. Really recommend GlenAllachie a lot. This one coming in around $80. It's definitely well worth the price. All right, Clynelish 14, another one that I named Whiskey of the Year in the past. Absolutely phenomenal. This is one of my all-time favorites. We're getting into more unique kind of style here. So it does focus on ex-bourbon maturation, honey, fruit, tropical kind of things going on with it. Then you get this like super unique kind of floral waxiness to it that not many other whiskeys can replicate. This one is definitely for someone that has a lot of selection in their whiskey collection, but doesn't have this one yet. They will absolutely love it because it's giving you something that other whiskeys don't. Around $80, 100% guarantee they will love this one. All right, something delicious from the Campbelltown region of Scotland that you can actually probably find. A lot of their stuff sells out quick, talking about Springbank, but Kilkerran 12. Something you can find on the shelf pretty regularly, $100, coming in a little more expensive, but absolutely worth the price. Majority ex-bourbon matured with just a little bit of sherry, gives you a really nice balance, fruity, nutty, with that little Campbelltown uniqueness. There's something about Campbelltown. You get this kind of funk aspect to their whiskeys. It's not replicated anywhere else in Scotland. It is phenomenal. It is for the whiskey drinker that likes to expand their palate, try new things. This is a phenomenal pour, $100. All right, before we get into the last one, how about an honorable mention from Ireland? Now, Irish whiskey, I think every person that likes Scotch will also like Irish. Even people who like bourbon tend to go towards Irish whiskey as well. I would recommend anything from Redbreast. I love the whole Redbreast range, 12, 15. The 21 is phenomenal. They have some other maturations as well, but I think the 15 for around $100 to $120 is the value buy in the range. I think you're getting so much out of this that the 12-year-old doesn't give you. Definitely, it's worth the bump up in price to go from 12 to 15. The 12 is great as well. It's an anytime pour. This one gives you some more complexity, some more richness, I believe, and the extra couple years, the maturation, a little more complexity as well. Honorable mention to Ireland with the Redbreast. All right, this last bottle I'm going to recommend is only for people who are into peated Scotch. Now, peated Scotch, very heavy. People love it or hate it most of the time. So how do you know if someone is into peated Scotch? If they have these brands on their bar, you know they're going to be into peated Scotch. Lefroy, Ardbeg, two of the most heavy hitters. If they have these, they will like this next bottle. Also, if they have anything Lagavulin, they're gonna like this one as well. And that's the Lagavulin 8-year-old. Now, this is the entry level into Lagavulin. This whiskey is pretty different from the Lagavulin 16, which is kind of their flagship one that a lot of people love. This is different. This is expert matured at a very young age at 48% ABV. This dials the peat up to the max. Now, when peat ages for longer, it kind of dissipates in its intensity. So the 16-year-old has lots of peat influence, but not as much as this. This is a heavy whiskey, but what you're getting with this is the ultimate grilled lemon, smoky, fruity, kind of minerality note to it that is not replicated in a lot of different whiskeys. I absolutely love this. I get the 8-year-old. It is a good price, $65. You cannot go wrong with that price. 40% ABV, it gives a punch. And this one will be for people who are into peated Scotch. Do not buy this for people who only drink Macallan and Glenfiddich. They will not be into this unless you know that they like something peated. Whiskey related accessories to give as gifts. Glassware, you can never have enough glassware, whether you're going for the classic Kilkerran, the Copita glass, the Stolzel glass, two of my favorites. This rocks glass, I'll put the link in the description down below. I'm not sponsored by these guys. This is just my all-time favorite rocks glass, and they are not expensive. Really nice, heavy-duty crystal. There's lots of other kind of like cocktail making kits. I think those are okay. Things that I would avoid buying whiskey stones. I think that the ultimate gift that a lot of Scotch enthusiasts get are whiskey stones, where you put in the freezer and you put them into your whiskey. I think if you're drinking kind of like medium to high-end Scotch whiskey, you're not gonna wanna chill it. When you chill, Scotch kind of just kills the flavor. I would think that those are kind of more for drinking maybe on a hot day, or drinking something that's, you know, a little more youthful, a little sharper. You know, if you're drinking Jack Daniels or something like that, sure, whiskey stones are fine, but anything Scotch, I would not recommend buying whiskey stones for a Scotch drinker. All right, there you have it. These are the bottles that I recommend. Perfect gifts for anyone that is a Scotch drinker in your life, whether they're brand new to Scotch or a seasoned veteran. I guarantee you they're gonna be happy with any of these bottles. Again, with the Lagavulin, make sure that they are a peat enjoyer before you buy this one. Anything else, any single whiskey drinker is gonna love this stuff. Leave me a comment down below. If you have a recommendation for someone else who is looking to buy a bottle of Scotch, leave your recommendation in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a happy holiday season. Really much appreciated. Cheers.